hopefully mic's gonna be working well today. Hopefully we don't have that static issue. Let's go ahead and let me make my get rid of. Let's see, let's get my files ready here. Okie dokie. Let's see, we want this one. Hello everybody. I just realized that I forgot to edit my current subscriber count again. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a day. Honestly, I don't even know how many subs I have right now on YouTube. I should probably check. I've not checked it in a while. Hopefully, everyone's had a good week so far. What day is it? Is it Monday? It feels like a lot later than Monday. I just realized that I have zero idea where my phone is. I have no idea where my phone is. That's okay. That's typical of me. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Sorry I'm a little bit late today, guys. I fell asleep and didn't wake up in time for my 9 o'clock stream. Very sorry. I promise I love all of you very much. My brain is just really sleepy. I'm so used to like taking a nap after work now, and I just don't get a lot done. Sometimes. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to be working on today is this panel up here at the top. You can see I've got it started, but I got to fix up some details here. I was really sleepy when I drew this panel. And it just doesn't look very good. Especially Aros's face looks really silly. So I'm going to see if I can get that fixed today. And then, come on. There we go. And then I gotta finish some of the details down here on the ground. It's too clean, so I gotta add some dirt, I gotta add some debris. I gotta take away some of the tiling of like the stone there, and I gotta fix this weird little corner here and add in all of his details and stuff. So that'll be what I work on today. And if for some bizarre reason I'm incredibly productive today, the next page I'll be working on is finishing up this one right here, because I'm almost done on this page. I'm almost done. I just gotta do this like little bottom panel here, and then this one will be done. So yeah, lots of stuff to do today. So let's see if we can get this one done. So for now, I'm gonna hide the screen tone layer, just this gradient here. I'm gonna hide that temporarily. I'm gonna select this here, and I'm gonna go fix Aros's face. It doesn't have to be super perfect, because ultimately, like, it's zoomed out pretty far, so you're not gonna be able to see his face very well. So this is one of those ones where it doesn't have to be, like, perfect. Or rather, like, I guess a better way to say would be, like, it's one of those situations where it's not really worth it to get super obsessive about the small details. So, alright, so let's go in. Whoa, that's a really big eraser. That should not be that large. Oh, yeah. Even that's a little bit too big. Alright, so let's go in and let's fix this a little bit. I wonder what brush I drew this with, because this doesn't look like a brush I would have normally used. I don't have to get this perfect, but closer to what it is would be better. Just a suspicious white layer on top here. I think that was to help smooth out his head, yeah. Alright. So I'm gonna just fix his face just a little bit. Small edits can go a long way, especially when you're dealing with something that's really small. So make sure like you zoom out to see what it actually looks like. Usually what I do is when I'm having to work in real tight like this, what I'll do is I'll have I'll have the artwork up in a separate area so that I can see what it looks like zoomed out and zoomed in. So I actually have my second screen up, but right now my second screen is taken up by YouTube. So I don't have my my usual second screen available to me, so which is fine. I guess it's fine for you guys. Let me adjust my tablet here really quick. I don't like the height I have it at. There we go. Yes. Okay. Zoom in a bit. I mean, the only downside to putting it where I have it now is it makes me look down, which, as all artists know, is like the least ideal. It makes you like super susceptible to broken, like janky necks. I think part of the problem is his neck is too thick. Something else is wrong here, but I'm not going to stress it too much. Like I said, he's really zoomed in, so I'm not going to stress it too much. There's no point in stressing about it. That's a lot better, actually. That was a lot better than the one that I had before. So now what I need to do is I need to go in and clean this up. We can see here that there's a lot of stuff that isn't clean, so we're going to go in and we're going to do some cleaning today. I'm actually going to get rid of that bamboo right there because it creates sort of a weird tangent, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'll leave that up though, because it looks like a leaf. Again, I'm not going to get too obsessive over how clean this is, because I mean ultimately it doesn't really matter that much. I guess it depends on how picky you want to be. But like stuff like this, where you can see like it clearly goes into the man's face, you know, stuff like that we gotta clean up. And like the details here where like the ground goes into his clothes, like that kind of stuff is what I'm really cleaning up today. Just those like finer details, I guess, the little stuff. Make sure it's cleaned up over here too. It looks a lot better. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is to kind of help break that up a little bit. I'm going to zoom out just a little. And now I'm going to go around this character with sort of like a textured brush. Hey, Lychee, what's up? Karate chop! What are you working on? I'm gonna grab something that's a little bit more randomized. So that's a little, woo! Or that appears a bit more randomized. At least. Okay, yeah, I don't know what layer this is, but that doesn't belong there. What you working on? More pages? More pages, eh? You're thumbnailing the first draft. Oh! Well, I definitely don't know what that thing is, so I guess we're even. Good luck with whatever this thing is that you can't talk about. I know exactly how that goes. I have so many things I wish I could talk about, but I know how that goes, man. Those darn NDAs are ruining our lives. Make it hard for us to do anything. Because you can't share it, and then you don't look productive. And if you don't look productive, then people are like, oh, well, you're not working on anything. When you're like, oh, well, yes, I am. I just can't tell you about it. I know that completely. It's a mood. This one is fun. I like this one. This is a fun one. Wah! There. Ooh, this is a good idea of doing it this way. Because this stone here is actually very, very old. So it would make sense that this would be quite worn and not very detailed. And it's like those small little details like can make a huge difference in your series. I'm gonna make sure you go both ways. Although it's usually a little bit more obvious when you go one way than the other. Especially this center path here is probably going to be worn the most. Just because of the nature of where people tend to walk. So like over here might be a little less worn. Other than it's got grass and stuff over here, so there's a possibility it could have some less wear on it. But in this center path area here, there's bound to be a lot more wear and tear, because this is where people are walking the most. So I'm going to wear it down a lot, and then I'm going to fill it back in just a little bit. Because I want mostly just the vertical one, or the horizontal ones to show. See, this way you can still see a pattern, but it's not like strong enough. Which you can quite make it out, because this is really old stone here. It's a couple hundred years old. Sometimes it takes a little bit to figure out just the right amount of everything. That's why I tell people, like, when they go to places, like, pay attention to the environment around them, pay attention to how things look and why they might look that way. Most people don't look at those tiny little things, so they miss out on really cool details that they can add to their own work. Alright, so now we get to add leaf litter. Always fun. What I'm gonna do, I think this is the, oop, I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, I know what that is. That's the dagger. Okay, that's that, and this is, alright, so I want to go on top of the bamboo, underneath this hair. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my black top layer, my white background color. I'm gonna grab my handy dandy bamboo brush here. I've got a really fun one that does a really good job with leaf litter. And usually what I'll do is I'll just dump a bunch of it everywhere. Like in the areas where like it's most likely to pile up. Even like out here in the middle, it's bound to pile up kind of a little bit. So, but I'm not gonna leave it as is. This is where using your brushes is really, really important to like not just use them as stamps. Because if I just leave it as stamps, like it looks really weird, doesn't it? Like it just looks out of place. My favorite thing to do is to take a brush and also erase with it. It's like it doesn't work for every brush, but that's usually like the best, you know, easiest technique to kind of help. Hang on, it's auto saving. There it goes. So if you then erase with it, you can get some really cool textures and stuff, and a lot of times it'll look pretty natural. You just erase with the same brush. Not always, you gotta kind of vary it up by brush, but for the most part that works really well. Again, not always, but the bamboo leaf litter, I can give you this one. Oh wait, you don't use Clip Studio, do you? But see, like, this, you know, looks nice and piled up. Get some grit going on here. And it's just layering. You just gotta build it up in layers. Honestly. Leave some of it. Leave some of it. Put some of it in. Get rid of some of it. And, you know, this looks like, I think, pretty natural leaf litter. You know. Same thing over here. Because this is closer, I would probably make these just a little bit bigger. Also to like vary them up a little bit. Now I'll erase a little to get kind of that initial grit. Like the broken apart leaves, the leaves that people are stepping on, you know, walking on top of, you know, like they're gonna get all crumbly. It also helps to break up the texture just a little bit so that it doesn't look too the same. Brain is not computing at this minute. And I'll just go in, get rid of some of it. Let's see. It's really easy to create something like that in Photoshop or Slide, but seemingly impossible with the textured scanned look to it. I mean, yeah, that's true. The brush that I have, I really like. It does that pretty well. This is actually like a this is actually a Photoshop brush. Has like this really, really nice, like traditional line to it. And it's really varied with how, like, you interact with it. So even if you use, like, the same amount of pressure on it, it'll look a little bit different each time. I think it's, like, the closest I've ever gotten to, like, finding a pen that, like, actually looks like it's, like micron on paper. But it also is super, it has, like, the really, like, thin, you know, like, the really thin points. It's perfect for me. It draws a lot like my Godsbane Manga does. Which is why I really like it. I don't want to listen to this song anymore. I'm done. It might be entirely possible that they actually did make it digitally. I'm not sure, but it's definitely possible. But yeah, this brush I actually got from a Photoshop pack. So, you can't drop links. If you want, send it to me over Discord and I'll put it in here for you. It shouldn't ban you if you send a link, it just shouldn't let you send the link. Yeah, let me go grab that for y'all real quick. Whoopsies. Clicking too many buttons. Oh yeah, I've already read it. Well, I'll drop the link for everybody else though. Copy link. I actually, I read the comments on, the actual Manga Plus, the red side of the app, and generally it seems to be being received really well, which again is no surprise. No, it's vertical. Fucking hate vertical. Yeah, I see what you mean. That, like, yeah, that eroded look. I see what you mean. You have to add texture to your brush. There's a way to, it also depends on, like, I don't know because I don't make my own brushes. This is just, like, this one is a brush that I imported from Photoshop. And with this one, the lighter you draw, like, the more eroded it looks. I'm sure there's a way that I can, like, manipulate that in my settings. Maybe brush density. Let me see. Oh, maybe texture density. Yeah, texture density is how I do it. So if you have, so what you would need to do is you would need to go into your brush settings, which is a little gear icon. Let me see, I don't know if it'll all let me see. Oh, you can't see this. Let me add a window really quick and I'll show you. Whoops. I meant this button. Alright, hang on. I have to add another window capture so you can see it because it's a submenu. Okay, so here's the menu. Sorry. Oh, it's in the upper right. Sorry, let me bring it in here. Alright, so yeah, here's the menu. I'll bring this bring this up bigger so you can see it actually. Alright, so here's the menu. If you click on, let's see, what did I click on? It was texture density, which should be under texture. Yeah, so what you need to do is you need to turn this bit on here, texture density. So turn on texture density, you should be able to see it. And that texture density is going to be, should be what allows you, like, you need a brush that already has like a really rough texture. This is what the actual texture of this brush looks like. It's like a really gritty sort of like texture. So if you get something that's really similar, if you can find something that's really similar to this, I need to figure out, if I can figure out how to export this brush, I don't know how to do that. If I can figure out how to, like, export that, then I could probably send this to you. Because this is the texture that I get with it. I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but that would be based on what I'm looking at right now. That kind of looks like it. And usually it's the lighter you draw, or like the lower you set this, it'll do that. So like here's it up really high. It's like really solid. If I turn it down really low. Like you can see how it breaks it up. Hopefully that helps. The only downside about this particular brush is it only works on monochrome. If it's on anything else, it won't work. It's the only downside to this brush. At least working in the, like, it'll work in like any kind of color, but it won't work in the way that we want it to if it's made any other way. If you want, I'm happy to figure out how to send this brush to you, if you like. If you want it. I got it from like some Photoshop pack, like forever ago. And I was randomly importing like my old school, like my old Photoshop brushes just to see if I, you know, still liked any of them. And this was one that I still liked. Let's see, what layer was that? Get to play the Hunt the Slayer down game again. Alright, I'm gonna add a paper texture here. For these. I don't think I need the paper texture anywhere else. Did that help, Lychee? Hopefully that'll help you figure it out. It's a little light, a little dark. Keep it at 50. Oh, what the? Oh, that was weird. Clip! Stop abandoning my brush in random places. It's just Wacom. It's weird. Like I'll be drawing just like normal, and it'll just suddenly like stop moving my pen. Like my pen just gave up for the day. It's like, nope, I'm done for the day. I'm not gonna do anything else today. It's like, fam. Hey, JMB, what's up? How you doing? That is the wrong pen. Okay, I had dark colored beads on that one, so I gotta add a little bit of color. Testing some dolls and procrastinating during my comic. Well, why are you procrastinating? What you procrastinating for? It's like page 15, I hyped myself up to having it a bit neater than I actually... It's turning out to be more like just a page. Oh, okay. No, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Wouldn't be reasonable to put too much pressure on yourself anyway, you know what I mean? Gotta make sure you enjoy the process, otherwise there's no point to it. I forgot this dude had like crazy eyebrows. Oh my goodness, gotta stretch my legs really quick. Nope, autosave. Thank you, autosave, for being my friend. And I'm gonna actually make it look like I drew that because it's a little too not organic. It's kind of the important thing is always make sure your stuff looks organic. Problem is when your character has more detail, your object has more detail than the characters. Try not to detail it too much though. Not really interested in over detailing it this time. What color did I make his pants? I'm gonna have to come over here and look. See, look how messy some of this like artwork is. It's not even clean. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, your art looks so good!" And I'm like, it's messy as F. It's so messy. It's not clean at all. It just looks somewhat organized. It's organized chaos. Once you start digging into my pages, they are such organized chaos. There's no real rhyme or reason to my stuff. Let's see. The dolls that customizing like they came today, my aunt was kind of making fun of me for buying them. Oh. Yeah, people are gonna judge you for your hobbies. I mean, like, I have some pretty nerdy hobbies that I don't talk too much about. Like, one of them was I collect pocket watches. Well, I used to. Until I sold them off to help pay my student loans. I also like to collect coins, and I still collect Pokemon cards. Only certain ones, though. So like I've got a few nerdy things that I collect. A few weird little like I also collect enamel pins. I'm collecting the Okami ones. I collect Okami stuff. I would love to have like an Okami shrine someday in my house. That'd be really nice. So yeah, fuck the haters. They can get lost. There's always gonna be people who hate on you for like your passions, and they're just sad people who wish they were half as cool as you are. Like, period. There's always gonna be haters. People always make fun of me for collecting pocket watches. Hey, Julie, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? Thanks for joining my stream. Just working on some manga pages. The usual. Nothing too fancy. Right, now I gotta get a shadow in here for him. I think I'm gonna need to... Oh, I just realized... Let's see. Well, I guess I can just use this, because at the end of the day, once I turn the tone back on, it's not gonna make a big difference. So I'll just use this. Doo-doo. Da-da-da-da-da. Oopsie. Yeah, that's a little strange. I have a sketch here for what the shadow should look like. Let me find it. Yeah, there we go. Animal Crossing, I should be switched to painting soon. Have some fun. Have some relaxing time. It'll be there when you're ready. Rest is productive. You don't want to rest too much, but rest is definitely productive. Sometimes you just gotta have a chill day. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. Anyone who says so is a hustler, and hustlers are crazy. I don't like hustlers. Even I take time off, but I'm not the type of person who likes taking time off. There's a time and a place to be hard on yourself for taking time off. And that's usually when you have a deadline to meet for a client. That's really it, personally. Other than that, do what you want. No point in stressing yourself out over stupid stuff. You know what I mean? Just ain't worth it. I'm using Clip Studio. Specifically Clip Studio EX, and with the like up-to-date version, like with the update pass and stuff. That's what I'm using. Whoops, I meant this layer. I mean, it depends on the person. Some people still prefer to use Photoshop. That's not abnormal that people might prefer to use Photoshop. It's what I prefer, personally. I don't know why I drew this entire arm straight. Because that is not normal. Let me bend this a little bit. Should not be straight like that. Been using old photo. Hey, whatever works. Honestly, that's what matters. There was one of the big like Shonen Jump contest winners. You literally used, I think it was Metabang paint on his phone with his fingertip, and he won like the big scale contest. Like a long time ago, it was like specifically like one of the contests in Japan. He literally drew an entire manga with his finger and won. So like. You don't need fancy tools. Well, there's an article about it. Let me actually find the article to like show my sources for this. Let's see. Pretty sure it was this one. Yeah, here we go. This was in 2017. The phenomenon of novels written on cell phones called Keitai Shousetsu originated and took off in Japan in the early 2000s. However, the trend isn't limited to novels. Some artists are now using their smartphones to draw manga. One such creator who used his fingers in lieu of even a stylus is 20-year-old Sol Atsumori. He is the creator of Anata ga Koi to Iu no Nara manga, which earned him an honorable mention. Earned him an honorable mention in the weekly Shonen Jump's Kentaro Yabuki Manga Prize competition in 2016. The magazine's editorial department, who chose the award winners, had no idea that he drew the manga on his smartphone. A casual conversation at a business meeting revealed the truth later. Absolutely crazy. That he drew the entire thing on, like, with his finger, right? Here's the article for you guys. My bad. I thought he won. He got an honorable mention. But still, like, can you imagine doing something like this on your phone? I've tried drawing on my Samsung tablet, and while I can do it, it's really difficult. For example, this page, I'll show you the cover here, I drew entirely on my tablet. It was really difficult. Like, it was it was not easy for me to do on my tablet. I did the screen tones, like, on my computer, but it's really hard to draw. Like, you can see it's not my usual, sketching. It's very different. But I like it. It feels rougher, and so it might be something that I do more in the future. But yeah, it was definitely, it forced me to think differently drawing on my Samsung tablet versus my usual Cintiq. But I liked it. I definitely had to think about drawing differently, because it felt closer to drawing on paper than drawing on like my Cintiq tablet. I don't know why, but that's just what my brain said. The grainy shading? What do you mean? Oh, like the grainy texture that I have, like, here? Excuse me, sorry. That's a texture. If you mean, something like this, let me turn it on. If you mean something like this, with, like, the dots, those are called, well, they're technically called halftones, but, nowadays we call them screen tones. I'll type out the word for you. Colloquially, they're called screen tones now, but they're technically halftones. But I'm not gonna get technical. It's like one of the things that's always bothered me about it is, like, they call them screen tones, and I'm like, they're not screen tones anymore. No, it's pure color. It's not a pure color. Texture, screen tones. Oh, well, I'm not really sure what you mean by it then. Like, because all I use is monochrome. Everything I use is monochrome. Ultimately. The only reason why I have grays here is it just helps me make sure I'm filling in the space completely. And then when I turn the screen tone back on, you get like this effect. So I'm only leaving it on temporarily. So for example, like, all of this will be screen tone. Eventually. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep... There we go. Yeah. I don't really like it too much. I feel like sometimes I have to kick it up to 85%. And even then, it's not always perfect. You know what I mean? So... Sometimes that's why I like when I'm working on the coloring and stuff, I'll just leave it on. Because ultimately, like, it just doesn't look as good. Sometimes. Once it just doesn't look as good. Like, it kind of ruins everything in here. I just realized that these overlap. Shoot. To go in here and erase it a little bit. Occasional cleanup. And unfortunately, there are some things in here that I can't turn them off. So usually when I'm like submitting online, I'll just turn them off. And then for print, I'll leave them on. So just looks cleaner. Oh yeah, the little ghost in the upper corner. Yeah, he's cute. It's because I have like ghosts and spirits are really common in my manga, so I have a lot of like ghosts and stuff. I thought about moving the ghost every once in a while to see if people notice. It's really cute. I'm not sure if they'll let me keep it because it's a seasonal thing. So I'm hoping they'll let me just keep the ghost, but I'm afraid to open it to find out. Because it's a stream elements thing, so I'm afraid I won't have it anymore. Can you, and also like, is my sound quality okay? Because I know like in the past, like sometimes my sound quality is like really grainy and staticky. So if you ever run into grainy and static sound, please tell me. Because I can't fix it if I don't know it's broken. Hopefully it's not doing that today. Alright, I gotta put in my my bubbles. Let's see. Sound good? Okay, cool. Hey, Lunary, what's up? How you do? Ah! How you doing? I love how it just never makes it the thickness that I would like it to be. It's like, lol, no. Well, that didn't do what I wanted it to. Yeah. Yeah. I can hear zoom zooms outside. Y'all, zoom zooms. The zoom zooms. There we go. Well, you know, I might as well I've like butchered this tail for the last time. Of course it's gonna autosave. Just vibing with your schoolwork? Yeah, I need to do my schoolwork also. Out of curiosity, what Asian culture? Nothing in particular, nothing like specific. There's no like one specific culture that I've taken inspiration from. If I had to like identify one, it's really hard. Because I've intentionally tried to make it so that you can't tell. Because I want it to be unique. Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, you just ripped off from X culture. Like, I've worked really, really hard to, like, try to design the clothes so that, like, it's not just one particular culture. So, the main two that I pulled from are Indonesia and Thai. Are the two main ones that I've pulled from. Like, Indonesian, as far as, like, mostly Bali. If I had to, like, so mostly, I guess you could say, like Balinese, and Thai, or like, if I had to, like, yeah, so it's intentional. I don't want it to look like one particular culture. I actually bought, like, a whole book for each culture of, like, their own fashion, so that, like, I could learn about the fashion, like, learn, like, why they do things the way that they do, like, where it originates, like, why they do it that way, why they pick the colors that they do, like, what type of fabrics they're made from, what type of materials they're made from, how do they make the clothes in the first place. So, like, I've done, like, so much research until I figure out, like, how these cultures, like, do their clothing and fashion and stuff. Even, like, textile production, which is really fascinating, honestly. I'm not much of a fashion person. Like, I literally wear jeans and, like, graphic t-shirt, like, anime t-shirts all day. It's like I am the least fashionable person that I know. So that's not something I usually read about. So it's really interesting to get to learn another culture that way. Or other cultures that way. But yeah, so, like, I'm trying to be, you know, unique about it and not just be like, ooh, you're just ripping off from X culture. Because I don't think that's a good way to be. Unless you're, like, doing it intentionally for, like, a timepiece or something, maybe. But yeah, I don't want people to be able to tell what cultures I used. That's my intention, is to make it hard to tell. That way it's unique enough. Like, to me, if you can't tell, that tells me it's unique enough. If it's super easy to tell, then I didn't do a good job. I can't draw clothes. You guys can tell I can't draw clothes. It's not a thing that I'm good at. It's not something that I know how to do. I'm gonna have to do some research and come back to this panel, because I don't know how to draw clothes. Alright, I need to do just a little bit more leaf litter, I guess, and then I'll be satisfied. And for that, we'll just use a debris brush that I actually got with a fire set. Let's see, here's a fire. And this is just, like, standard debris. So it just makes, like, little debris and stuff. Just kind of dirties it up a little bit. Kind of dirties things up. Oh, I forgot to clean up the leaf litter back there. Dang it. Now I get to play the what layer is this game again. What layer is this? Oh, I found it. It's my favorite game. What layer is this? There we go. Alright, I think that's okay. If you guys have any questions, never hesitate to ask. That's literally what it's for. Will you stop me? No, bish. No, I won't stop you. Aros is like, I can't stop you from going after her. But I think this is a leftover from the last time. Yeah, we all know that game. Painfully well. Painfully well. Woo! Wrong button. Wrong lever! Instead of wrong lever, it's wrong layer. Actually, I think I saw somebody make a video using like the wrong layer thing with that specific clip. It was hilarious. Like if I can find it someday, I'll show it to you guys, but it was just, oh my god, it was hilarious. I think I had to kick it up to 15. Okay. Will you stop me? No. I wanted to just have Aros go, no. But I don't think he would just flat out just say no. Aros is like really wordy. I'm sorry, Legion, we're tricking you with this. Aros is really wordy when he talks. He like over explains himself all the time. Cause that's just what he does. But I can't make him too wordy because then the reader won't like it. So I have to find a simplified way of making him look wordy. Oh my god, there's a river there. Okay, so if you guys don't know what a river is in text, when you're doing lettering, there's this thing called a river. And so if you draw this imaginary box, you can draw a river between your text, right? And so what that does is this creates this really awkward like space. See what I mean? There's just you don't want this in your lettering. So I need to offset this somehow. Okay. Is that better? No! I'll just have him say you can't. There we go. That's better. This way Nara is declaring, because Nara is really assertive. He's an assertive butthole. And Nara's like, I can't stop you from going after her. Maybe he could say, I won't stop you. And then I'll have Aros say something like, however, nobody should be. He'll say I won't, because Aros doesn't want to stop him. I mean, he does, but he doesn't. Spoiler. Hey, Justin, what's up? Oh no, why is it bolded? I can get rid of this line, that's too much text. However, nobody should be out after dark. Nara. Do I have him say his name yet? Okay, no, so this is the first instance of us hearing his name. Is there like an extra space there? No, it's just really crappy kerning. Ugh, T's and A's are the worst kerning. So, you see how in this particular line of text, it looks like there's two spaces here? There isn't. This is where you have to do the thing called kerning. Which means you have to artificially pull the words together to, like, make them look more natural. Oh, bye, B, or, B. Jolly, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. I hate kerning. Good kerning. No. Curses. So, is this my... Yeah. So this is text. The way you fix this... I think, nope, it's, here we go. Character spacing. So, what we'll do... Oh, I need to move it up here, sorry. Alright, so now we can see here, we have our nice little, we have our weird little spot here. We go down to font, we go to character spacing, and what we'll do is we'll slide this down a little bit. Until it looks a little bit more natural. I think I grabbed too many letters. Is it just the T and A? Yeah, okay, cool. Usually I try to just do 1. See how that looks. Okay, so here's where it was. 0. Maybe 1 isn't quite enough. I think 1 is fine. See how that looks. Yeah, but now my A and F are messed up. I gotta fix that one. Ah! Okay, now these are messed up. Okay, I am not doing I'm not selecting things right. This is... Okay, there we go. Ah! Why do you do this to me? This is why Clip Studio isn't the perfect thing for this. Cause see, now it's all borked. Let me see what the A and F looked like before. See, yeah, they weren't supposed to be that close. I think I was supposed to just select this part. Yep, there we go. Okay, that's what I did wrong. I selected the wrong thing. Still working on it. It's a learning process, fam. That still doesn't quite look right. Yeah, it's definitely really awkward controls. I'm so used to doing it in InDesign. And it's not very natural. It's not very natural here. Okay, I think 2.5 will be better. Let me see how that looks. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Oh, okay. Yep. So 2.5 was definitely better. It's not fun. Oh, the P and M has the same problem. Alright. Ah! Alright, so here you just select the space in between. Alright, we'll bring that down to a 2. Oh god, here's another one. T and A are in T and A. Or Y and A. There's like certain characters that are like infamous for this problem. And see, like you don't necessarily have to go and check all of these things, but this is like what like a letterer would do is they'd go through and they'd go look for these weird things. Here's another one, T and A. That's probably the one you run into the most. V and A. Oh, V and A I think is the worst. Other than maybe Y and A. Thankfully, Y and A you don't run into that often, but T and A you're gonna run into a lot. So just little stuff you gotta look for. Bet you guys didn't think you'd be getting a typography lesson. Which is funny. What's really funny, like, the only comic credit that I have to my name is, like, that's not me, that's, like, not self-published, is Amputation Capital. And do you know what I did for Amputation Capital? Lettering. And I almost failed my typography class in college. And I'm, like, my one credit is book design and lettering. Isn't that funny? I kind of want to send the book to my typography teacher and be like, look what I did! Like, look, I can do letters! Just looking for more of those weird combos. I'm sleepy. Edgy boy, aren't you? Aros, you're such a fucking sassy butthole. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that line, because I don't know if Aros would say edgy boy. Yeah, I don't think he would. I don't think that's something Aros would say. I'm trying to think of something else he would say instead. Oh, I just realized that I haven't replaced the bubbles yet. Oh my god, no. You know what I'll do to compensate for that is just increase the size of the lines around them. Because I don't want to replace them right now. I just don't want to do it. He says annoying twink. See, that doesn't work because Aros is the twink. Aros is the twink here. Can you not see this? Aros is the twink. He is most definitely the twink. I have a couple drawings of Aros doing some not safe for work things. He is most definitely the twink in the relationship. You could also call Aros what's that thing that somebody else likes to call them? Sissy femboys or something that he likes to call those types of people. He'd love Aros. Yeah, I don't think Aros would say edgy femboy or edgy boy. He would just be like, yeah. Originally, this bubble only said "excuse me." Because here Nara says maybe do your job better so I don't have do your job better so I don't have to do it for you. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what he said. There we go. Aros would just say you could never. He would, like, you could never. Sassy. Aros just be sassing people out here. Wait, what is that? It's okay, I remember you. What? Oh, dude, bro. Don't play with me like that. Don't play with me like that. He hasn't uploaded in a couple days. Gotta save here before I lose everything because Lord knows Clip Studio will randomly crash on me if I let it. Alright, I think this one's good. I think it's what I need. Alright, I think we can mark this one as done, y'all. I have this nice little, like, comic, it's called Comics Flow, sorry. It's a really fun way to, like, track your progress and stuff. Alright, I can turn this off because I don't need it now. Well, I'm good with all my text and stuff. Let's see, when's my due date for Chapter 1? February 29th is my due date for Chapter 1. Alrighty, and I just finished pages 5 and 6. So 5 and 6 I can mark as done. Done, and done. Yes! Alright, next is page 7? I thought I finished page 7. Did I not? Oh, no, I didn't. I did not finish page 5 and 7. Because page 5 and 7 are these that I'm still sketching. So I'm gonna skip those. Alright, let me check. Pages 9 and 10 should be marked as done. 9 and 10 are marked as done. Yes, indeed. I actually need to update Aros's clothing in here because it's slightly different now, so I need to go in and edit that. So I need to do a little bit of editing on this page. How many pages left for this chapter? Let me see. Hang on, I'll let Clip Studio, but I think 7? Let me see. Let me see about a bit. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because 20 is technically empty. I don't know why I put that on that side. This actually goes over here. And then this is actually going to be this will be the chapter 2 cover. So no, you guys just got the last page spoiled. Oopsies. Anyway. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I'm about halfway there. I'm almost halfway there. Let me jump to... Oh yeah, I'm in this one. Because I just gotta update Aros's design a little bit. Because I changed it. It's not a shell anymore. So I gotta go in and fix this. I've got a few things I gotta fix here. I also changed the type of shirt that he has. So I gotta fix that too. Oh, look at me! I have multiple line art layers. Who would have ever guessed? Why would I have multiple line art layers? That's definitely not something that I would ever do. Does it look like I have the eraser selected to you, son? If they weren't named, you'd know. You're not wrong. You are definitely not wrong in any capacity. I have brought this hell upon myself. I deserve it. Oh look, it's the consequences of my actions. Who would have guessed? I also forgot to put his tattoo on here on his arm, which you would technically see a little bit of. Boop. I mean, it would honestly be a lot bigger than this. Just joking. We mangakas don't erase. Hell yeah, we erase. Do you know what scratching off a screen tone is? We absolutely do. We absolutely erase. There's an entire cult of specific types of erasers. Same thing with the chalk. Like Japanese white chalk is like a very coveted item. Believe it or not. It's like a really weird thing that they obsess over. Yeah, that doesn't belong there. Alright, now let's fix this. Do 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 do. Aros is just Aros. He is what he is. He doesn't really care like what someone is. He just cares that he likes them. He's like, "Oh, you're cool. Do you like me? You want to do the thing? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it." That's Aros. He is not picky. Anyone who gives him attention is good enough. That's just how he is. Much like my cat. Anyone who give her attention is good enough. I just related Aros to me, so that's funny. Alright, I gotta change this necklace here too. This is pretty close to the final look, but not quite. Close enough. I want him to look a little bit more manic than he looks now, because he looks too put together here. What the fuck? He's tired of people and their crap. So he's like, I'm not gonna help you. Which, gasp, is the plan all along. Aros isn't the good man that he preaches himself to be. He's a naughty, naughty boy. He's a naughty, naughty boy. Oh, look, it's the consequences of my actions again. There we go. I know that's like a minor change, but like it makes a big difference. Oh, this looks really wonky now. What the frack? This looks really weird now. Yikes. Let's get rid of that. Alright, now let's zoom out. Now let's see how it looks. Ooh, it's almost 11:30 already. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about Polish people. Alright, I think everything is updated now. Oh, really? Okay, right, that one's done. For now, until I want to mess with the text later. And I'm sure I'll want to mess with the text later. So I'll count at least the art portion is done. I'm getting really tired, y'all. Goodness. Alright, let's see if I can finish this one right here. This little one here in the corner. I initially only had three pages on this panel. But I realized that I had 3 panels in a row for like a long time. Like, I think there were like, of the like last 4 or 5 pages, a lot of them had 3 panels. Ooh, so I wanted to break it up a little bit. So this one would be really easy. It's literally just me drawing a bamboo landscape, so it'll be probably really easy. Shouldn't be super hard. Famous last words, though. That shouldn't be too hard. That should be really easy. 10 hours later. Oh my god, I just have to draw this last leaf and then I'm done. My famous last words. This won't take that long. I am very eepy. It's been a long day. I have to go up early tomorrow. Well, early means before 8:30. This'll be easy. Lord have mercy, somebody save me from myself. This'll be easy. It won't be that hard. Boop. I like how it's got like a in the middle. Pro tip, when you're drawing bamboo, if you want it to be super straight, just like use your shift. If you don't. Life-changing pro tip right there. I bet none of y'all had any idea about that one. None of you were ready for that. Whee! So I learned that there's a type of bamboo in Japan so bamboo is a grass, right? Bamboo is a grass. It is not a tree, it is not a shrubbery, it is a grass. And grasses flower, and apparently there's a type of bamboo that flowers, and upon flowering it dies in very large numbers, because once it starts flowering they don't know how to stop it, and for whatever reason after it dies it doesn't grow back. And apparently this last time this happened was like 100 years ago or something. I know, like doomer central over here, but the type of bamboo was black bamboo, like the type I'm drawing now. So I realized with great sadness that the type of bamboo that I picked to be extremely common in my island dies every 100 years. And this island is supposed to be thousands of years old. And for whatever reason, when it flowers and dies, it doesn't grow back. Like, it doesn't successfully, like, repopulate. It was manually saved last time, and they're not sure if they can do it again this time. And so, like, now they're starting to see, like, the earliest wave of this bamboo flowering. And, like, apparently scientists are, like, freaking out or something. Plant nerd facts that you didn't need. That is definitely something Aros would do, just FYI. He would tell you that. But Aros isn't here today, so I will do it in his stead. Aros is sleeping, that lazy bastard. Yeah, apparently it's a thing. Well, there's different types of bamboo. And the particular type of bamboo isn't typically found where pandas are. So it's a very specific species of bamboo. So pandas will be fine. Malayers. Fuck. What layer am I on? God damn it. Malayers. I need to make a meme that says Malayers. But like Milady. But Malayers. I need to have it on its own page like this. Like when I have like when I can't find my layers, it's just Malayers. Do I still have this one? Yep. There's a silly little animation that I made. I don't think this one works. Oh, yeah, this isn't the accurate banner anymore. I need to put the new banner on it. This is Miso. Oh, that's my camera. Hi, guys. I'm glad that wasn't facing towards my face. Oh, that could have been bad. My adorable picture of my cat. Have you guys seen my cat? She's adorable. You should love her. She's very cute. Oh, this is the one that's not working. Oh, and that's the other one that's not working. Oh, that one's not working. Nope. These are the ones that aren't working. I need to go through and like beat some of these things. Or like remake them. Yeah, I'm gonna make a meme that just says Malayers. And every time I can't find my layers, I'll just bring it up. I'm saving up, and I'm getting one of those like Stream Deck thingies that like you push the buttons and it does the thing, because I want to be like more legit, right? So I want to get one, and I'm gonna like program it and stuff. I have no idea how they work, but I'm gonna figure it out. My layers! My cabbages! My layers! Did you hear, Dustin, speaking of the Cabbage Man, did you hear that the man who voices the Cabbage Man has been given the role of the Cabbage Man in the live action? Did you hear that? Is that not the most wholesome thing that you have heard in like a really long time? Like, he gets to really be the Cabbage Man. Yes, isn't it great? It's fantastic. Like, it made my day when I heard that. It's like so freaking wholesome. Like, oh man. Like his love and his dedication of just being the Cabbage Man. My cabbages! Can you imagine someone asking, so what do you do? I'm a cabbage merchant. Oh wow, really? Where do you sell your cabbages? No, ma'am. I am the cabbage merchant. And then he just stands up and like does the thing. My cabbages! And she just goes, oh my god, you're the cabbage man! Can you imagine? It's like some like country song right there. His descendant becomes a tech guru. Oh yeah, I remember that, yeah. Yeah, I think you saw his like descendant in like the Korra episode, the Korra series. Yeah, you have to write it, and then you have to draw it, and then you have to add the text and everything. And a lot of times, like, you have this thing called a job or school that you also have to do on top of usually an actual series that you're working on. So like, imagine having 3 jobs. Imagine having 3 full-time jobs, or at least 1 full-time job and 2 part-time jobs. Like, I bet it would take you 3 months too. You telling me you could do it faster? My Cabbage Corp? I don't remember that. I don't remember the Cabbage Corp part. Yeah, I don't remember that part. Dang. Sorry guys, I'm being a little goofy today. Okay, I'll have to. You know, I've been wanting to rewatch Korra anyway, so I might as well. Sorry guys, I'm being a little chatty today. I'm not drawing like I should. Bamboo grasses everywhere. Dun 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 dun. 'Cause there would be grass everywhere. Alright, I'm gonna get another pen in here. I'm gonna sketch something really quick. I'll make it red so I can see it. Let's set this to multiple. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. What is the moon phase on this day? Our year of 1891. 1891. The January 17th, I think, is the date. Actually, I need to see what the date is, because this is a few days before the attack on West Village happens, like it does in the original. Let me see what the first date is. I forget. I forget. Because I'm like, the dates matter, and I try to keep in mind what the moon phase actually was at that time. Like, I'm going down into like the nitty-gritty details and stuff. I just gotta open my manga and see what it says the date was. I forget. Let's see. It was March 20th. Okay. So this would be a couple days before that, so maybe like March 17th or something. Yeah, we'll make it March 17th. So what was the moon phase on March? Moon phase March 17th, 1891. Would have been what? First quarter, I think. Let me double check. Dun 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 dun. Yep, first quarter moon. Yep, first quarter moon. But since it's in the southern hemisphere, it would be on the other side. Yeah. First quarter. Because I think the southern hemisphere sees moons differently. Southern hemisphere. First quarter moon. Something, yeah. Yeah, if you live in the northern hemisphere, the quarter moon will appear with the right half illuminated. If you live in the southern hemisphere, you will see the left side illuminated. So, that's right, it goes the opposite direction in the southern hemisphere. Isn't that silly? Isn't that silly? I always have to remind myself of that because I'm used to seeing it go the other way and I can never remember which way is right. Right? Isn't that such a weird thing? And like the island of Nor is technically on the southern hemisphere. So actually yes, Krakatoa is going to be referenced in Godsbane that this event happened. The theory is that Krakatoa was a ill omen that Amat was up to no good. And that Pon, the god of the sea, had to stop it. That or it was Pon or Amat fighting or something. I haven't quite decided exactly how it's going to be relevant, but it is going to be somehow relevant because Krakatoa happened in 1883 and Godsbane's first year is 1891. So that was only 8 years before, and based on where Nor is, it would have definitely had an impact on the island from where Krakatoa was. I think it's only like 500 miles away. It's not that far away. But yeah, I do want to have some reference to it, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to make the reference yet. Honestly, with this panel, I just wanted an excuse to draw plants. I can't help it. Yeah, that's my theory, is that it would have been the god of the sea, because where the god of the sea is actually between them and Krakatoa. So like, oh, fuck. I did not mean to do that. Cancel, cancel. I love how it says cancel button, but it doesn't let me click the cancel button. Great. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to create a new blank file. Shit. I hate that it does this. I hate that it, like, the cancel button is there, but it never lets you click on the cancel button. I meant to open a file, not make a new file. It's gonna create a 100-page document, guys. Might take a minute. See? Don't... It's not giving me the option to cancel it, guys. Sorry, it's gonna take a minute. That is so frustrating. I mean, I can delete it later, but it's so frustrating that it does that. See? Now I have a duplicate file. Gosh. Clip Studio, I swear to God, sometimes. Like, why add a cancel button if you're never able to use the cancel button? Why? It's a redundant cancel button. It's completely redundant. Dude, now I don't know which one is the... Is this the empty one? Okay, this is the empty one. I don't need it. I'm gonna delete it. That's like a waste of files. There we go. Anyway, so let me actually open the correct file. Actually, I have a reference of this to actually show you where everything is. I've already made that in advance for myself, so I'll just open it for y'all. Let's see. Godsbane, references. Maps. Reference to Indonesia. Here we go. Specifically, where it is from Krakatoa. So, I've already made that map. So, yep. That's how close it is. It's not that far away. There's Australia here in the bottom right corner. So that's how close Krakatoa is to the island, which is this red dot right here. And then as far as like the lore and stuff, this white dot up here, which I'm going to make red, right up here. I love, thank you, loser. This is where the god of the sea lives. So out this way is towards Indonesia. So the wave would have come this way. So he would have been able to basically like divert it this way. Which is basically what he ended up doing. So... I don't know how he did it, but he did. It's magic. It's lore, okay? So yeah, I have this whole map for the island and stuff. Yeah, like, he already lives up here. Like, he's already there. So I'm like, there's no reason why he can't. So yeah, that's the theory. Alright, y'all. Beyond you shall not pass. But yeah, basically. Alright, guys. I'm too sleepy. I'm having a really hard time focusing. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I'm sorry I didn't get more done. What we did get done today, for those of you who might have joined us later, what we did get done today, is I got this page up here, pages 5 and 6, I got those done. And then I edited page 10 to get Aros's design up to par. That way it's what it should be. And what I'll be doing later, I'm not sure. I'll be streaming again on Wednesday. Nowadays, just so you guys are aware, I have a different schedule now. I have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. My Japanese class used to be on Mondays. This quarter it is on Thursdays now, so I will not be streaming on Thursdays. And so since I didn't want to stream on Thursdays, I thought, well, like, let me just go ahead and just move it to Fridays, because on Friday evenings in the global comic server I'm going to stream. So what I'll do is, after I'm done streaming there, I'll just go ahead and turn on YouTube, because I'll already be drawing, I'll already be streaming. So I'll just go ahead and like turn on YouTube after I'm done with the global comic server, and just do another hour or two there. So, but yep, I'm gonna go ahead and go get some rest. I've already had dinner. I'm just really sleepy and just having a really hard time focusing. But I streamed about 2 hours, so sorry for the shorter stream. But thank you all so much for coming. I definitely appreciate it. And I will see you guys on Wednesday, okay? Until then, have a good night. Ciao.